Hello Year 1 and welcome to your maths learning for today. And today is Tuesday, the 26th of January 2021. So your retrieval, recapping some learning that you have already learned at school with us. So can you count in multiples of 2? I've added some images here to support you of pairs of socks, as counting in twos is counting in pairs. I have then, on the next slide, added if you can count in multiples of 5. Again, this image I've added is to support you. And remember, pause as and when you need to throughout this if you need time to complete these. So moving on to the calendar as we do every day. So what day is it today? What day was it yesterday? And what day will it be tomorrow? Use the images to support you and pause as you need to. And then, as I said, I've added in the months of the year just to challenge you a little further, as a lot of us were very good with days of the week. We just need a little bit of support with the months of the year. I know that for the children that are with us at school at the moment. So, moving on to the learning today, your new learning. We are learning to order numbers to 40. So how can we be successful? First of all, we need to be able to recognise our numbers to 40. We need to be able to write our numbers to 40, okay? And that's really important with supporting us with ordering them. So we need to be able to know the order of the numbers so we can see the numbers and put them in the correct order from smallest to biggest. So we're going to look at our numbers to 40. Again, I've got some images here and there's resources that you can use to support you. I'm going to hold up some cards. See if you know what number that is. See if you can beat me. Are we ready? 21. 45. Let's try and go a little bit higher today, as you're doing so well. 16. 28. 33. 25. 39. Okay, we'll leave it there for today. So well done if you managed to beat me to it and shout out the numbers. You should be getting very good at that now. Again, use the counting stick. I've added the image of the counting stick to count forwards and backwards to 40 and to start with those random numbers. So you might want to start with the number 21 and count forwards and count back. You might want to start with the number 17, count forwards and count back, and really practice that to get a real good understanding of those numbers. So now I'm going to say a number to 40. I want you to write it down as quickly as you can, paper. You don't have to reuse a whiteboard and pen. And then I will hold the number up so you can check to see how it looks. Are we ready? So you can do it super speedy before I hold up the number card. Okay, first of all, can you write the number 15? Remember, pause if you need to write that number and then press play to carry on. That's how it should look. Okay. This time, can you write down for me the number 29? 29. This is how it should look. Well done if you've got that. This time, can you write down the number 34? 34. See if you've got that. If you've got 34 and the number's the right way round, make sure you have. If you haven't, then write it again next to it so you remember for next time. Okay, and let's try one more. Can you write down the number 36? Oh, nearly showed you then. There we go. Well done if you managed to get all those numbers and form those correctly. So well done. So here, this is moving on to our ordering of our numbers. So this is our learning today, to order our numbers to 40. So we're just going to practice with our numbers to 10, just so you understand what you were doing and have an idea of what you do. And then you can apply that to your numbers to 40, okay? So here I've got some jumbled up numbers and I want you to see if you can put those in the correct order, okay? So pause here if you need some time to think about that and do that. What's really good or what's useful, what you might want to do, you can write all those numbers out, jumbled up, then cross them out as you write them correctly. So you find the smallest number first, write that number down, cross it out. Okay, see if you can order the numbers correctly along there. Okay, so you might need some time to pause to do that now. And then I will show you how that should look, and then you can check. So hopefully you started with 0, 1. I'm going to drag them down. 2, 3. You can count with me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. So well done, and a thumbs up if you got that. If you haven't, then have a try at writing them correctly now to check so you can remember that for next time. But that is the order of those numbers. So let's move on. So can you cross these numbers and write them in the correct order underneath in your book? So you need to find the smallest number, cross it out, write it down. Find the next number, cross it out, write it down. Okay, so if we do the first couple together, but I won't do all of them because then I'm giving you all the answers. So the smallest number in there, what number is it? Hopefully you're shouting at me 0. If you are, brilliant. So I cross out the number 0 and then I can write it down here. What number comes next? Excuse the pen, it's very tricky to write on here. Hopefully you're shouting out 1. So if I know the number 1, give it cross it out, write the number 1. Oh, that's a very big one. And what next? So remember, if I'm not sure, what I need to do is go back to the beginning. Okay, so go back to the beginning there and count again. So I can go 0, 1, 2. Brilliant. 2. I'll write that down. Okay, go back to the beginning. 0, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you've joined in counting with me for the number 3. So I've written 3 in. Then I need to have a little look at the numbers. Can I find what's next? Okay, and just continue that until you get to the biggest number and you've crossed all those numbers out. So you can complete any of the following activities. So these are number strips here. So you've got that row at the top is one number strip. Then the one where it's got 19 at the beginning is another number strip. Then 25 number strip, 33 number strip. So you can cut those up if you would like to and do it that way. Or you can just write the numbers underneath on that when you print it out or copy them down. However you would like to do this is completely up to you. You might want to cut the numbers out and stick them in the correct order. And that's also okay too. But it'd be really nice for you to start practicing writing those numbers. So if you do stick them in, have a try at writing them underneath as well. Okay. This is your next step up. So these numbers here do not count up in ones. They're not consecutive, okay? So they do not go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the correct order. There'll be some numbers missing in between. And that's okay. You don't need to fill in those missing numbers, but you need to find out what the smallest number is within those numbers and then gradually put those in order. It's a real challenge. So along here, you can have a little look. I've got my pen ready. So I know that 0, okay, is the smallest number. So I put that in first. Now I need to look, what's the next smallest number along there? I've got 25, 23. Well, not 25, 23 is smaller. Okay, so this is for thinking. I'm talking out loud. This is to support you with your thinking when you are completing this. I've got 23, I've got 18. Which one's bigger out of those two? So 18, so it could be 18, but I'm going to keep going, so it might be a smaller number yet. 33, is that bigger or smaller than 18? Bigger, so keep going. 14, oh, is 14 bigger or smaller than 18? 14 is smaller, so remember you can use a number line to help you or the number grid on this slide to help you for this. 14 and 31. 14 still smaller, keep going. 28. 14 still smaller. 37, oh, that's quite a big number, not that one. 12, oh, 14 and 12. So hopefully which one is bigger and which one is smaller? So we want the smallest number first. Which one is smaller out of 14 and 12? Hopefully you know it is 12. So we cross that out and we can continue writing our numbers. Then I know from there I can scan along. It was 14 next, so I can cross 14 out and write that in. Okay, so remember you don't have to write them like this or do it like this. You can cut and stick and then write them underneath or however you like. Okay, again, I'm not going to continue because then I'll give you all the answers. So your fly high challenge is, can you order these non-consecutive numbers? So that is what we just did on the previous slide. So that is your fly high, but also your next fly high is, what is the pattern and how do you know? So can you order these numbers here as well? What is the pattern of these and how do you know? And again, all these sheets will be uploaded onto the school website and onto documents, or you can access them through this way and print them that way as well. Okay, so that's your fly home. Remember to explain how you know and to write your reasoning down. So that's really shows you have thought about it. Okay, and then as always, please share any of your learning with us through the parent support email. Make sure in the subject it's your child's first name and then your class name. So Owls or Woodpeckers. That way it goes to the right teacher and we can respond with some lovely comments on your learning. Thank you and enjoy. I look forward to seeing all your learning.